Hey, this is David Plotz, CEO of CityCast. CityCast is hiring a director of finance. And because you're listening to this, I thought you might be a great candidate for the job, or you might know a great candidate for the job. CityCast is a national network of daily local podcasts and newsletters. And as our director of finance, you would develop our finance strategy and lead finance and accounting. CityCast is growing super fast, and we are changing local media in the U.S. And as our first finance director, you'd work directly with me to make CityCast an amazing and innovative and fiscally sound business. The job is remote. You could be anywhere in the U.S., and we're offering a competitive salary, great benefits, and a fantastic set of colleagues. Plus, we're part of a very stable parent company. So if you're interested, please apply. Go to citycast.fm/jobs for more information. That's citycast.fm/jobs.
Bianca.
Philharmonica. Hammer time.
It is. And why are we celebrating? It's because of all of you, the people listening to CityCast Madison right now. And we are thrilled. How many of you want to join the CityCast Madison family and make it official and become a member?
So overjoyed. Pretty giddy to announce and thank this new member, none other than the mayor of Madison, Satya Rhodes Conway.
Oh, my goodness.
It is so exciting to see her name roll through. How honored are we? You know, we've talked with the mayor multiple times on this show. She, along with many other local politicians, elected officials, and civic leaders, are just the kinds of people that we have on CityCast Madison regularly.
And I not only produce CityCast Madison, I'm also a listener who's pretty new to Madison. And so I love being informed on these decisions that are being made right here. CityCast is keeping me in the know. And now I know both sides. I know it takes a lot to produce this fresh, insightful, well-researched show each day of the week.
Each weekday. And it's so true. It really takes a lot. There's so much love that goes into this resource. And so many of you tell us how much you feel that and how important it is to get this show. So we are in our first ever membership campaign. And we are calling on you to make it official.
And of course, if you do make it official, you can get our show ad-free, which is really nice. You get insider updates and content and get this, are you ready, Bianca? Are you ready? Our weekly members-only events roundup newsletter. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, and that's a pretty cool perk. I edit that, and I've got to say, I constantly like, oh, that's going on? Okay, cool. Well, thank you all to everyone who joined us last week, and it's still time for you to join on up. Become a member of CityCast Madison at madison.citycast.fm.
And make it official today.
Today on CityCast Madison. Psst. Have you filed your taxes yet? April 15th is the deadline to file your income taxes. Hopefully we all know that one. Are you looking for tax help or know someone who is? Each year, the Wisconsin Department of Revenue trains a trove of volunteers across the state to prepare basic tax returns for residents in financial need. We sat down with the state's program coordinator, Juan Carlos Reyes, to learn about the program and what they offer. It's Wednesday, March 27th. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Juan Carlos, hello.
Hello, Bianca. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. So, if I still need help doing my taxes, there's hope?
Absolutely. There's always hope, Bianca.
There's always hope. So you are the coordinator for the state's free tax assistance programs. Tell us about them and how those work.
That is correct. I have the opportunity of being the coordinator with the state of Wisconsin, with the Department of Revenue, for two programs. One is called VITA. The other one is called TCE. So VITA stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, and the TCE stands for Tax Counseling for the Elderly. So both programs are sponsored by the IRS, but also the states and cities and mostly nonprofit organizations. And this is nationwide. Here in Wisconsin, we do it. And the goal is to help those folks that are in need to have their tax returns prepared.
And who qualifies as in need?
So the IRS has an income limit for both programs, which is $66,000 income for the year. We go a little bit higher than that. So we try not to turn out those folks that are a little bit over. And we focus on taxpayers that are in need, like underserved populations, people with disabilities, veterans, the military, low income folks.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, what kinds of things can folks get help with? Is it just the basic tax forms, the 1040s, or do y'all get more complicated than that?
It's pretty much preparing basic tax returns, Bianca. Like we do the federal, which is the regular 1040. And we also do the state. Some people, they don't know that we do both. They can go to our sites and have both prepared. And as I said, pretty basic. We don't do business. It's mostly individual income tax returns.
So, what kinds of things does a person need to bring to their appointment?
We need a photo ID. We need the originals of Social Security cards, mostly tax documents, property tax bill, W-2s, 1099s. If they're claiming the homestead credit, we need the rent certificate signed by the landlord or a property tax bill again. It's mostly pretty basic tax documents.
Sure. And so, does the tax helper fill out and file the tax forms like an accountant, or are they like a guide giving advice to help you do it yourself?
Well, we do both, but the most popular is the sites that we have throughout the state located, which are over 120 sites throughout Wisconsin. And everybody who qualifies, of course, are welcome to visit one of these sites and have their returns prepared by certified volunteers. And these volunteers are certified by the IRS and are trained also by the Wisconsin Department of Revenue regarding state tax law.
Where are the VITA sites in the Madison area?
The VITA sites actually in the Madison area or Dane County are located strategically in different points. We have the most productive site of the state of Wisconsin located at South Park Street. We are working with the UW South Partnership, and they are located there. They alone prepare over 3,000 tax returns per season. And then we have North Side Madison, South Side, East, West, a number of VITA and TCE sites combined just in the Madison area, I would say are close to 15 sites.
So you said some of them are combined and then they have totally separate ones too for TCE, the elderly locations.
Correct. The TCE program is sponsored by the AARP folks. So they pretty much focus on senior citizens as well, but they provide the service to the general population. And if we put both programs together just in the Madison area, we were speaking about 15 sites, both VITA and TCE combined.
I can imagine folks who are listening, there are some folks that this would be applied to them and they could use this help. And they also, for people who have family members or people, that they work with, that they could refer these programs to. Because you're not just the coordinator, you also volunteer yourself. And you volunteer at the Madison Central Library, right? So give us a picture of demand, in terms of Madison Public Library on a Saturday.
Absolutely. Yes, I do volunteer myself. Besides being the coordinator, I volunteer on Saturdays at the Madison Central Library, which is located downtown. We have a wonderful team of volunteers there. We're there every Saturday. The last Saturday that we'll be there is going to be April 6th. So if taxpayers would like to contact the library, they can set up an appointment. If there's no more spots available there, they will direct them to other sites that are open that they still have slots available. So, we start our day there on Saturdays around 8:15 a.m. The library opens doors at 9, and we actually have folks waiting already outside, waiting for them to open the doors, because the first appointment is at 9 a.m. and then we go by 15 minutes. So we schedule 3 different appointments at a certain time, 3 at 9, 3 at 15, 3 at 9:30. So we do there an average of 35 tax returns, and I'm talking about electronic tax returns. There at the library, we end up the journey on Saturdays around 3 p.m. and then volunteers go home and have some rest. Yes.
35. I mean, 15-minute increments, that puts me to shame on how long it takes me to do. So y'all are really trained up. I'm curious, like, are there any tips for getting an appointment? Like, how booked up are you guys right now?
We still have room available at the library, but besides the library, there's other sites that are going to be until April 15. And if some folks happen to have to face that they didn't have the time to file, they can contact me and we can set something up after tax season.
And so do you have any information about like how busy you expect to be, like compared to other years?
The pandemic changed a lot of big stats throughout the years, these last years. We learned new techniques to work with taxpayers and volunteers, but we lost a lot of them, and we had to shut down some of the sites. So we are recovering little by little. And then this path that we are following right now, we are showing increase in our production. So pretty much, I'm thinking by the end of the tax season, if last year we did over 31,000 electronic tax returns with these programs, I'm aiming to maybe 38,000 tax returns by the end of the tax season.
Yeah. So why do you think that is, that there might be an uptick this year in terms of the demand?
Well, it's the word of mouth. People, they share the news with their friends and family, and everybody's welcome to the site. You go to a VITA site or TCE site, and you can feel very positive vibe there. People are grateful for the service. Some of them, they even bring us candy or cookies or whatever. And then they just, thanking volunteers every 3 minutes there. And then they recognize, and I think they appreciate the program truly.
Wow. I mean, it's not as often that you hear, positive vibes around taxes. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah.
But yeah, I invite you to stop by one of these days so you can witness this very positive vibe that taxpayers bring with them.
I would like to stop by and see that. And, that's it sounds like the lifeblood of this operation are the volunteers. And you've mentioned them a few times. It's all volunteer run. Can you tell us a little bit about who the volunteers are?
This is a volunteer program. If we don't have volunteers, the program just would not exist. And everybody's welcome to volunteer at VITA. You don't have to be a tax expert. So we have retired professionals like CPAs. We have retired attorneys. Actually, the site coordinator for the Madison Central Library, he's an attorney. And we have a number of college students. We have senior citizens and the general public. Believe it or not, we do have high school students doing returns in high school.
Wow.
On Saturdays. Two very successful examples are the GIA Case High School in Racine and the Westosha High School. The Racine itself, last year, they reported 72 volunteers, high school students doing returns. And you cannot imagine how their parents, take this. They're so proud of their kids doing tax returns for adults there, stopping by at the high school. As I said, it's a very, very positive program.
Future accountants and CPAs, that's incredible. And I'm curious, and I assume some folks listening would want to know, what kind of training do the volunteers get for preparation to be able to prepare these tax returns?
Yeah, there's a very, very professional program that is called Link and Learn. This is an online self-study program offered by the IRS. So if anybody is interested in volunteering, they go through this program, they study there, they learn about federal tax law, and then they go through a test. This test is about 36 questions that they need to pass with a 75%. And we ask volunteers if they want to prepare returns they need to get certified in the advanced level. There's different levels. It's the basic and there's the advanced. So we always ask or request our volunteers to get certified in the advanced level. And then once they are certified, we do training. We do that in person and online as well regarding state tax law, because we deal not only with the federal, as I initially stated, we do the state as well, and we do a high number of state credits like the homestead credit that is very popular here in Wisconsin, which folks out there, they can get a little bit of help with the rent they paid during the year or the property taxes they paid. So they get money back.
So you're helping people get those credits.
Correct.
All right, science heads, are you curious about the unknown? Gear up, because it's time for the 2024 UW-Madison Science Expeditions Campus Open House. From April 5th through 7th, go explore the campus-wide extravaganza across 6 campus locations at one of the best research universities in the world. You'll interact with UW researchers, visit science venues, see science spectacular shows, and get hands-on at exploration stations set up from dozens of UW research groups. From the far reaches of our galaxy with astronomy to zoology examining microbes, UW-Madison Science Expeditions has it all. And all events are free and open to the public. So go get your wonder on. Go check out a complete schedule of events at science.wisc.edu.
Okay, if we're gonna recreate this old pic of us that Mom posted, we've gotta get the outfits right.
Well, for some reason, I can't find gauchos with a matching shrug anywhere.
Let me try on my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. I just use the S Pen to circle the outfit in the post, and bam, 5 sites to buy it from right here.
Shut up! How did you—
You shut it. Mom's coming.
Cute outfit. Get me one.
Circle it, find it with the new Galaxy S24 Ultra and circle the search with Google. Upgrade now at Samsung.com. Internet connection required. Results may vary based on visuals.
You know, of course, we're in the current tax season, but do y'all do back year taxes?
We do. We prioritize the current year by the first sessions when we start in February, March, and then in April, by the first week of April, we start doing other years.
Okay.
We do amend returns as well if needed, though.
You know, I just love it. I know that you're really passionate about this, which makes me excited thinking about tax season. And I want to know, why do you do this work, Juan Carlos?
Wow, no, nobody has asked me that question before. Well, I do it because I feel there's a lot of need out there for folks for this kind of service. You see, a high percentage of people that comes to us through this program, they wouldn't be able to claim the credits that they are entitled to if it's not for the program. They're not capable, they don't have the resources to go to a professional tax preparer and pay for their return. So if volunteers wouldn't be there, they wouldn't be able to get the homestead credit back or other credits that they are entitled to, maybe the withholding. So yeah, this is a pretty noble program that passionates me as well.
Well, and you've got data on some of the impact of the programs. Like, what kind of dollar amounts are refunded through the programs?
So last year, we had a total of federal refund amount reported for almost $36 million and an estimated almost $25 million in Wisconsin tax refund was given back to taxpayers. So if the average cost for a tax return prepared by a paid preparer would be $160, that actually we know that is more than that. We are just being cautious. If it would be $160, the VITA and TCE volunteers saved Wisconsin taxpayers approximately $5 million in tax preparation fees. And if we combine these numbers, our volunteers help Wisconsin taxpayers to recover or save approximately $61 million just doing last tax season.
That's crazy. That is really, really good.
Yep.
So you said that you had some details about how people can make an appointment and so they can get, involved with this. What are the details there?
Well, if they need the service, they can contact United Way at 211. There's bilingual service, English and Spanish. So they can dial 211, or they can dial the IRS VITA Hotline at 800-906-9887. Once again, 800-906-9887. And there's also bilingual English-Spanish service if they want to set up an appointment. Or they can call us at the Department of Revenue, 608-266-2486. 608-266-2486. If they need the service, if they don't live in the Dane County area, our customer service representatives here will be happy to provide them with information to go anywhere within the state of Wisconsin that is close to their domicile.
And what about people who want to get involved?
Volunteers, absolutely, volunteers. So they can go to our website, which is revenue.wi.gov, and then just tap VITA. They'll go through a very simple application, a volunteer application that I'm going to get, and then I'm going to contact them and invite them to our training. So if anyone is interested, they can apply by the mid of the year. Right now we're wrapping up the tax season. So we're not taking more volunteers for the rest of the season, but we'll usually start by the month of August, September. So if they send those applications, I'm going to contact them. My direct email address is Juan, .Reyes, Reyes, at Wisconsin, the full word, .gov. So it's Juan.Reyes at Wisconsin.gov.
Well, Juan Carlos, it's been amazing hearing about this program and your commitment. And thank you so much for all you and all the volunteers do for our community. It's really incredible.
Thank you, Bianca.
That's Juan Carlos Reyes, Wisconsin Department of Revenue VITA TCE Program Coordinator. If you're looking for tax help, check out our show notes for more information. We've got all those links and phone numbers for you. That's all for today here on CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin. If you enjoyed the show, why not share this episode with someone who needs to get their taxes filed? We'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Ciao.